Did James practice fully with you today? I know we just got the update that he's
everything except live. He didn't scrimmage, but he did everything else.
Will he scrimmage soon?
I don't know. I'm not sure when that's scheduled for. I'll have to talk to the training staff.
Does it, I mean, would you categorize, we got an update today, would you categorize it as a big step for him? What's happened that, you know?
I think it's just been a gradual improvement over time. He hasn't had any setbacks. But this is something that we're obviously taking very seriously and taking very slowly. So, but the good thing is he advanced from his individual work to do all the team stuff other than the scrimmaging. So that's a good step. It's just part of the process.
I was curious about the plan for Moses Moody. Was he going to spend more time in the G League until Damian hurt his shoulder? How do you see that working?
No, we were going to bring him back anyway. There will be plenty of nights where we're off and in town in the Bay, and Santa Cruz has a game, and there'll be plenty of nights where our young guys will go down and play.
How would you like to use the G League for the young guys? Might Kuminga get some time there? Might part of James's rehab be some time there?
I think everything is an option at this point. All the guys who are eligible to play there, it's an option for all of them.
With James, I mean, I know you were just kind of talking about the G League there, but do you think it would help him before he gets tossed into the fire to get some, minutes in the G League to kind of get his legs under him?
Well, he needs to play, and before we put him into a game, he's got to get real reps. Whether it's scrimmage in our practices or a game in Santa Cruz. Could be either, could be both. I mean, the one thing I know is we're not going to just throw him out onto the court without really getting him up and down and getting him some game action. So it's we have the capability of doing it here too. On our off days and post practice stuff, we've got enough bodies to be able to do it. So Santa Cruz is an option, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Steve, just for clarification, he's cleared for full jumping. He's cleared for full contact. It's just a matter of the scrimmage aspect of it.
Yeah, he's not been cleared to scrimmage yet. He's been cleared for everything else other than scrimmaging.
Gotcha.
This is a pretty rare point. You got 3 off days at home. You had an off day yesterday. You're gonna have 2 practices right now. Are these intense practices, scrimmagey practices?
We did scrimmage just now. I think the term I would use would be thoughtful practices. Really trying to address us and what we've seen so far, where we can make improvements. Listen to the players' thoughts, listen to what they are saying and how they're feeling out on the floor, and just a good few days to kind of gather our wits about us and proceed to the next step. So it's very productive days.
How important is this for Kuminga? I mean, you mentioned the other night, his conditioning. He's been off for 3 weeks. I assume he was part of the scrimmage today, and how useful is that?
He needs the scrimmaging badly. He's a young guy who just missed 3 weeks of basically training camp. That's not ideal. So he needs to play. He scrimmaged today. He was really good. His physicality, his length, speed, it's all really prominent. Especially at the defensive end, it's very impressive. So he needs to play, and he needs as many reps as possible. And so we'll be giving him those reps in practice anytime we scrimmage like we did today, or post practice 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 with the other guys.
Is everybody else good?
Yeah, Damian Lee practiced fully today. Went through the scrimmage. He was fine. Everybody else as well. Should be, yeah. We'll see how he comes out of today's practice, but I don't anticipate anything happening that would keep him from playing Wednesday.
It was subtle last year, but Draymond's offense went from early in the. I mean, it was really kind of a steady growth, but by the end, he was scoring 9 a game, and you guys were better when he was doing that offensively. How would you describe his offensive season last year, and what maybe sparked to make him more aggressive?
I thought he was at times reluctant to look to attack last year. And I think later in the season, when he really got his legs underneath him and he was comfortable and in shape, he was fantastic. And he's picked up where he left off last season. So he had a great summer, obviously playing in the Olympics. And then, came to camp a few days late because of personal stuff, but generally, in really good shape and ready to roll mentally, physically. So he's off to a great start.
When do you know if he's overpassing or if he's not?
He knows it more than anybody.
He says it's when his turnovers are up. That's how he knows. But
yeah, I mean, at times he'll be looking too much to pass, but he knows it. He's such a smart player. Every once in a while, if he passes up a shot, or passes up a drive to the rim, he'll feel it immediately. And I might say something, I might not. It just depends on the game.
If James does good as Santa Cruz, do you foresee that just being practices and scrimmages, or could you see him actually playing some games with Santa Cruz?
Everything's on the table, so we haven't made any decisions yet, but it's all possible. All right, thanks.